Hi everyone. Um, it's cold. It does. It feels like a winter's day, not the 6th of May. It's so cold here today. Now, I've got 2 videos to upload and I can't seem to do it because my son's been on my laptop and my iPad and I don't know what he's done. So I've made the videos, just can't upload them. So I'm going to have another go again this afternoon and see what's what. Basically, both videos are referring to mainly to Tom Mills and what's going on there at the moment, and then touching on other channels who no names, but just pretty odd, the content they come up with. So I'll leave it at that for now. There'll be 2 videos later to watch. What I wanted to say here is that, you know, osteoporosis, they call it the silent killer, don't they? And I know that with me, it's caused so many problems. My mother had it, and I guess my grandmother had it as well, my maternal grandmother, and I have it. So it was osteopenia to start off with. It's now full-blown osteoporosis. I fractured one hip a few years ago in the kitchen. I was folding a sheet and had it out, to get the ends right, and it got entangled in my foot somehow. Down I went onto the tiles and fractured my hip. So I was in hospital then to have a hip replacement, and that was that. And then I think it was the following year, the same week of the following year, just before Christmas, I fell again in the kitchen for no reason. I was making a cup of tea and I just went dizzy and whoop, down I went and fractured the other hip. So that was both times 2 weeks before Christmas, and it became a bit of a joke in the hospital, and the joke's on me, it was funny really, I suppose. And then of course I was coming out of the kitchen one day and I'd been having a bit of trouble with the first hip, and it'd only done the first one. He'd only done what they call is it a hemi? Anyway, it was a half hip replacement he did, not a full one. I didn't know that at the time. And I was coming out of the kitchen into the living room and I heard a sound like a gunshot. That must have been the bones breaking. I couldn't move from that spot. I was swivelling on my feet to get into the other room, and I was in a lot of pain. My son ran for the ambulance and they wanted to take me in, and I was saying no, and they said, well, we're going to have to take you because safeguarding issues, you can't walk, you live on your own, you need to be in hospital. So in I went. I was told that it was just bruising. I knew it wasn't bruising because I couldn't walk. It was just bruising. And I'd also heard a bone snap, and it's, oh gosh, it is literally, it's like hearing a big twig go snap, or a gunshot, I would imagine. And so I was going to say I stood my ground. I couldn't, because I couldn't stand properly, but I said no. something's gone, my bone's broken. They couldn't see anything on the MRI scan or the CAT scan. And it was only when the doctor actually went in, cut me open and went in and found that the bone had broken. It was hidden behind another bone or something. That had gone, and it was split in half, basically. So I had to have hip revision surgery, and oh my goodness, it is worse than the hip surgery. I was told by the consultant that it's a bigger operation, it's going to take you longer to recover, etc. He was right. It took a long time. I thought I was never going to be able to lift my leg up onto my bed again. It was months. So that was that. And touch wood, they've been okay thus far, but I can feel something starting to move again, and I don't want more surgery. I really don't. I also had 8 broken bones in my back due to the osteoporosis. The vertebrae, one went and then they collapsed like dominoes. So I had 5 collapsed vertebrae, and when I went to visit Alfie in the nursing home, they were always leaving the bed control on the floor, and I tripped over it numerous times, and numerous times they were told to be careful. But this one day I walked in, got this entangled around my feet, down I went, flat on my face. Should have sued the buggers, really. Flat on my face, and I felt something go in the small of my back. Found it difficult, more and more difficult walking. I was doubled over. Finally went to the hospital to have what I thought the vertebrae repaired, but the consultant said you've got 3 new fractures in your pelvis and we're going to have to do them. So I had a vertebroplasty on the pelvic fractures. So that's my story with the osteo. 2 fractured hips, a hip replacement, a hip revision surgery, 8 broken bones in my back, and it wasn't till recently when I said to my son, I feel as though I'm shrinking, as though I'm diminishing, and one day you're going to come in and find a puddle on the floor that was once your mum. And so he measured me, and I've always been about 5'2", 5'3", and now I'm just 5 foot. So I've lost 3 inches in height. I don't know whether anything can be done about the bones in my back. I don't think so. And as I say, I don't want any more invasive surgery. I rather think that it's going to happen now. Just given the fact that I can feel a movement in the one hip. It's unpleasant, and you know, and I've been in hospital, and I tried so hard with the physio just so I could get out of there as quickly as possible, and continued with my physio at home, and I did do that. I even bought, after the hip revision, because my hip was so sore, my legs were so sore, everything, I bought some of those boots. I don't know what you call them, but they're like compression boots. You plug them in, put them on, and switch the dial to how tight you want it to be, and it will sort of compress your legs, massage your legs. And I used them a few times, so they were good, and I can see me using them again. as I say, in the not too distant future. It's just horrible to think that your bones are turning to chalk, which is basically what's occurring. Camilla Parker Bowles, her mother, had osteoporosis. So Camilla Parker Bowles, well, she's not that now, is she? She's Camilla Windsor. She gets involved with the Parkinson's Society. Parkinson's, what am I talking about? That was Alfie. She gets involved with the Osteoporosis Society. None of us escape, do we? You know, these physical problems. As I often say, we're just spiritual beings having a human experience. Spiritual beings in this suit of flesh here on earth, you know, to learn, make mistakes, learn from them. It's like a big university, if you like. But I've learnt some hard lessons. And I really just think now, I hope I've graduated, and I should be glad to join Alfie when the time comes. Show you, Saturday, 8th of May, is Alfie's birthday, and we're all going as a family to the grave. And I bought these angel and doves. They are. They're handmade, plantable seed paper butterflies with British wildflower seeds, and you just plant them in memory of your loved one. So I bought a pack of those. I think there's 10 in the pack, and I've still got some forget-me-nots. So we'll be taking those on Saturday, and I've got a nice husband card which I shall write on later this evening, and hopefully this video will upload, and hopefully later on, when I've had a fiddle around with the laptop and the iPad, I'll get the other two to upload also. And I'll speak to you later. Bye bye.